books will be put to the test. It's the Lions and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
I know you're gonna dig this.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Leauge Stadium in Miami Gardens.
What's like not living, so driving, not living, but we fingers like we haven't been forgiven. You chasing the image of fast cars, the women, the fast bras, but the stars much deeper than facades. Some believe in God, most believe in the scientific, others found the dark side. I won't get too specific, what's wrong with the civic, but we're living in the age of materialism, flashy things, imperialism is going on behind closed doors. You know the powers that be, control your brain, now you want what you see. Till the TV got you in the days, you wanna let the go, like but you gon' have to pay. Fantasize about the big houses you don't even own. Technically, you don't even got a home. Knee deep in debt, while celebs on the jets. I mean, renting, but you still spending on your checks. Idolizing all the new fashion and trends. Won't even help a friend when you got a hand to lend. Let me stop going in. Cause once those balloons pop in the wind, you gon' see where the grass ends. My friend. Say the grass much greener on the other side. We get there, turn out to be another lie. Yeah, another lie. Just another lie. They say the grass much greener on the other side. We get there, turn out to be another lie. You want the light that you see on the screen, infatuated by the green, think we live in a dream. Bright lights, big city, but the shining is vague, and that's the part that they don't portray. Now you in a disarray, cause you feeling so worthless. Nothing really changed, was it worth the purchase? Holding on balloons in your $1,000 outfit. Close to the greener side, but I highly doubt it that you wanna stay once the lie's been revealed. I bet that whole illusion started looking less real, but I'ma have to chill. I don't wanna sound preachy, cause most speak the truth, never ask, can you teach me? The blind lead the blind, while the mind sound swine, undermine what they have, cause they'll rather die with a silver spoon, green balloons popping in the wind. No, it's a reality of where the grass ends, my friend. Yeah, they say the grass much greener on the other side. But get there, turn out to be another lie. Yeah, another lie. Just another lie. They say the grass much greener on the other side. But get there, turn out to be another lie. Yeah, the luxurious life, the curious sight, reverse so flirt with the night, in search of the light that you keep dreaming about, feeling about the spring when the demons is out. I kill for the glamour, this label life that you must love just to live there alone, cause the other side never been shown or exposed. Ironic how they say all the glitters ain't gold. We learn from the wise ones before 5 sons who've been there. They say you stay strong, don't succumb to the evils of the world. It's hard living minimum wage, plus no barrage. Getting thrown in our face, got us questioning fate, but I embrace what was given to me. The simple things hold a greater merit eventually. The grass dies from the root, like you stuck with the kid. Find a stream, get me wrong, no balloons to a coop. No.
Take this up on about his 18 yards.
They say the grass much greener on the other side. Get there, turn out to be another lie. Yeah, another lie. Just another lie. They say the grass much greener on the other side. But get there, turn out to be another lie.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
Get there, turn out to be another lie. Get there, turn out to be another lie.
And there was good coverage there. That's the incompletion.
Get there, turn out to be another lie.
From the 38.
Get there, turn out to be another lie.
Turn there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by their 7th-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
The Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Watkins. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Second and 5. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes, or are they starting to look like a good offensive football team? Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Watkins looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 67 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. An option handoff given to Harris. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown! A 20-yard touchdown. And the Lions have cut it back within a score.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now the try here for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Watkins. And it's a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one.
Ready? Drop on switch. Drop on switch. Go, Reed. Go. 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 Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He'll drop to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 57 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone. And
you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Let's go now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Hey, check that. Street.
Paul again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
18 Rattler.
Operating from the gun. Watkins. Open man is Waddle, complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ready. 65 gas.
Throwing on 1st down. Watkins. This one is caught. It's Patton. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive with 4 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left. More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and 4. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. These two coaching staffs are likely using this game as their dress rehearsal for the regular season. So some final adjustments being made. And for the call of the second half, we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
Well, this has been a close game throughout, but that return can help them gain the separation that they've been seeking throughout the game.
The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing on third down, Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, Tate. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is fielded at the 7. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Fields. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. In motion goes the tight end. He finds his man, complete. That's Gilbert. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out when they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Avoids him at the 40. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Up the middle they go. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
The Dolphins about set to go to work. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Miami set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 39. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective,
Didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins will add to their 4th quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep. If they close this game out, just a few snaps remaining, they can't relax just yet.
The extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was finished off for the 10-yard touchdown scamper. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Lions down by 11. Just under 2 minutes to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Bennett. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Now Bennett on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Well, worth reminding at this point, no overtime in the preseason, but that may not come into play here in a 2-score game late. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Flushed out, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. So now here come the Lions up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. So here we go. 45 ticks to play, and it's all going to come down to this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On second down, they'll run it here. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. The slot man in motion right. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level for both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.